At the end, when the parents are sort of bringing out that last box, it says fragile on there, and that's sort of a metaphor for their relationship. And
Hmm.
they're trying to move that final box onto the back of the truck, and they're just not on the same page. Like mom's going left, dad's going right, and they're just like, they're trying to communicate, but they're not quite in sync. And then at the very end, they sort of, they both get in separate cars, they're driving off, and it feels like, okay, this is the happy ending that everybody's, been waiting for. And then the back of the truck opens up and all the boxes fall out. And it's like, that is just the way life is. It just like constantly is a mess. And so I love how we sort of captured that in the ending of the film.
Of course. Well, I'm Tessa with Mama's Geeky. It's so good to see you, Alex.
It's so good to see you, Tessa. Oh, I love talking to you.
Oh, well, thanks. Listen, I love this movie so much. It's really resonated with me so much. But I do want to talk spoilers and I'm going to hold it till it's out. But
Okay.
I want to talk to you about the end because and we've had this conversation off camera before, but I love how the end is ambiguous and it's just, hey, we're going to try. And can you
Yeah.
talk about the importance of including that in the movie so that so many people and kids can relate to it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really tricking ending to land, and I'm so happy with where we landed with this film, with the ending. And a lot of it was just inspired by my own family. Again, it's, I told you when I was a kid, like, when my parents almost split up, I was like 6 or 7. My mom eventually she came back. My parents stayed together, and then when I went off to college, she went away again.
Oh
Uh,
no.
After my brother, they were sort of empty nesters at that point. My brother had gone off to college, and my parents were living in Hong Kong. She moved to LA, and my mom was a bit of a dreamer. She wanted to be an actress, and so she tried to make it in LA as an actor, but it was hard. I mean, she was at that point in her late 40s or early 50s, and it's hard enough for women to get roles at that age without any kind of, established career. But she tried it for a few years, and then it didn't work out, and she ended up moving back to Hong Kong. And then again, when I was making this movie during the pandemic, she thought about like leaving my father again. And
Oh
so
wow.
it's just been this sort of like, ebb and flow with them and our family. And I just thought, that it doesn't ultimately, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what the labels are, what their official status is. Like my mom's always going to be my mom, my dad's always gonna be my dad. They're always going to love each other in their own way, and we're always going to be a family no matter where they are geographically or what their sort of official status is. So that was the inspiration for the ending of leaving it like, what, it doesn't matter, like whatever happens, no matter what happens, where life takes them, like they're always going to be a family and they're always going to be there for each other. And so that was this, where that ending came from. And I love how sort of real it is. So
It's so real and I love it. My parents, I've told you, but my parents are divorced, but they did have like a back and forth, try it out, like, will we stay together? Will we not? So it really is exactly how relationships are in real life. So I think
yeah.
it's important not just to be like, oh, and now everybody's happy, the end, So that's not life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, at the end, when the parents are sort of bringing out that last box, it says fragile on there, and that's sort of a metaphor for their relationship. And,
Mhm.
they're trying to move that final box onto the back of the truck, and they're just not on the same page. Like mom's going left, dad's going right, and they're just like, they're trying to communicate, but they're not quite in sync. And then at the very end, they sort of, they both get in separate cars, they're driving off, and
Mhm.
it feels like, okay, this is the happy ending that everybody's, been waiting for. And then the back of the truck opens up and all the boxes fall out. And it's like, that is just the way life is. It just like
Yeah.
constantly is a mess. And so I love how we sort of captured that in the ending of the film.
No, it's so beautiful. It's so well done. I want to talk about Nightmara real quick too, because she, first of all, she's gorgeous. I
Yeah,
love her, but I love how she's not like super scary for kids. Like she's a little bit, but she's not. And then turns out she's trying to protect the kids. Can
yeah.
you talk about making her that key part of this story?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was from the very beginning of this film, what I wanted to do thematically was sort of change or flip the charge on dreams and nightmares. I think, especially in American culture, there's so much pressure on people and kids to be perfect, to make their dreams come true. And I think some amount of that is healthy. But there's a dark side to it because if you don't achieve your dreams, if your life isn't perfect, you feel like something's wrong with you or that you failed or that you're a loser or something. And I just think that's so untrue. And so I think, yeah, and you can also, because there's so much pressure to achieve your dreams, you can get lost in that pursuit and neglect everything else around in your life. And so I kind of wanted to, um, just ground dreams a little bit. And then with nightmares, obviously it's challenging and you want to avoid nightmares in your life, metaphorical nightmares. But when I look back on my life, the things that have changed and shaped me the most have been the times when I've been sort of at my worst and life has been really sort of down on me. And I've learned a lot from those moments. I've changed and I've grown. And then more importantly, whenever that happens, the people in my life that love me, my family, my friends, they come to help me and get through all those things. And that is the beauty of nightmares. They really help prepare us for life's challenges, life's unknowns, and its uncertainties. So I feel like there's a real purpose that nightmares serve in our lives, and so I wanted again, yeah, try and like flip the charge and in the conversation on those two ideas.
Yeah, well, it was done wonderfully. You know, I love this movie. I really can't wait for everyone to see it. And thank you for taking the time today.
Oh, well, thank you, Tessa. It's always such a pleasure to speak to you.
Yes, lovely to see you. I'll see you soon.